it is sensational to showcase your love to the masses, but you do get in the dangers of people getting in your business the more you post. There's this temptation though to show the world like, I got me a good one. Like, you want to post and you want to share and you want to post every gift that you've ever gotten from your boo or whatever y'all are doing. You have that urge to do it, but you don't have to. I typically say the best relationships are the low-key ones.
People sliding in DMs and stuff like that. You know, all that stuff, you know, can get you caught up. Because, you know, one little DM, you kind of like, oh, it's harmless. It's not going to really mean anything. And it slowly evolves into something more. Before you know it, you happen to go to the grocery store, get some flowers, go to the K to get some jewelry, and be like, hey, baby,
why are you
I'm
so
sorry.
extra?
It's kind of cool when people are like, yo, I love your relationship. We're like, thanks. Like, I mean, we may have like personal things that we have to work on within each other, but we don't let social media know that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't go on Twitter if I'm upset, like, oh, I can't stand men. They are the devil. Like, I'm never doing that.
Right,
like,
yeah.
there's no fun in that.
Our social media savvy is pretty tight, actually. Yeah. So it's like, even when I guess guys feel like they should still try their shot, you know, shoot their shot with my girlfriend, and those who are watching this, you know who you are. But yeah, she's gonna show me everything regardless, and we end up laughing. You know, it's like, it's vice versa. I mean, nobody really shooting me, but when they do, I show her or I tell her. I mean, of course, the hashtag and captions. I'm alright.
He's the guru.
Yeah, I'm a ghostwriter. You know, for captions. You know, from time to time, and hashtags. You could book me. I got you.
For me, it's more so, like, a lot of people misinterpret the whole posting, like you said, for validation. For me, it's like, I'm celebrating my love, and I want y'all to see it too. Like, there's nothing to hide over here. So it's like, if me and my man out here, like, you know, with the beaching behind us and whatnot, like, we're here because we're having fun. I just want y'all to see that there is hope for you. Like, there is love. This is, like, complete love right here. And it's not really for others. Like, for me, I have mad pictures up there since, like, high school. That's because they're memories to me. Like, I could scroll back through and be like, oh my goodness, I remember this, that, and the third, and yada, yada, yada. But a lot of people do it for others, which they need to get out of that mentality, because who are you living your life for?
A couple people have mentioned that, like, we're common love goals and stuff. But I know I've mentioned to you before, like Greek life is what brought us together, but it's not, like, what sustains us. The fact that we met was as a result of me being an adult and him being a bro, yes. But throughout our relationship, like, it's been other things have been the focus. And I'd say it's maybe an accent that we know each other as, like, our brothers and line sisters in the chapter and stuff like that. But it doesn't necessarily guide or hinder our relationship. What he said, actually, to my initial concerns about us being Greek, was just like, the only people that matter in the relationship are the ones that's in it. And so when he said that day, I was like, we'll be fine.
I mean, I always said I was going to marry a Delta. He hears prayers, I guess.
We know.
Halfway in a relationship, we took this love language test.
Because I read the book, which was, oh my God, it was sensational, in the words of BNicki. So basically, there's 5 love languages. I think the book is called The 5 Love Languages. Yeah. So, help me with the 5. It was gifts, words of affirmation,
acts of service.
Yep, acts of service, touch, quality time,
and quality time.
Yes. So yeah, that was the 5. But basically, the book just kind of it was explaining how everybody's love language is just not the same. And I think the biggest part that hit home for me was, it's kind of like speaking English and speaking Spanish and speaking French. If I'm speaking English to Miles and Miles only speaks French, what I'm saying to him, he's not going to understand. And it's the same way with your love language. So, for example, I think I'm big on gifts. Not anything crazy, but just like a little gift. Like, it could be flowers one day. It could be like, you bought me lunch. Like, little gifts like that. And his big one is touch. And I know there was one time that he wanted to grab on me or something. I was like, hey, just stop. Like, oh, I'm trying to get some stuff done. But I had to understand, like, his language is touch. So when I was not allowing him to touch me or grab me or hold me or kiss me or whatever, you know, that was kind of shutting him down a little bit. But I didn't think of it that way. I was just like, babe, I'm busy. Like, I'm trying to do something. But I didn't understand that he was communicating with me through touch, and that's his language. So I think that book was everything for us, honestly. We took the test. There's a love language test. Anybody can do it. It's on Google. You can Google it. So we took the test and we realized like what his language was, what mine was. And so we can communicate better because I know his love language and he knows mine. So that book was great. If y'all have not read that, read that book. It's so great. So great for any relationship. It's great.
I think that was like the second layer of the foundation. Kind of like reading that book, understanding each other. Same way that you're trying to better yourself personally, you know, try to figure out new ways that you can love your partner too.
Let's go rock climbing, babe. What? Let's go skiing. Let's go hiking.
What?
Exactly.
But you do those things when you really truly love somebody. Because like me, rock climbing, come on now. But hey, I went, I did it. She was always smiling. Like, I just want to make sure she is always smiling. Like,
Valentine's Day, had no idea that he was going above and beyond. He just had me, first of all, I was on duty, like, as an RA that whole night. So I had to get somebody to hold the phone. He's like, listen, we going out to dinner. I'm like, listen, I'm on duty. He's like, no, you're not. I said, what you mean? Like, yes, I am. He was like, nah, I already got somebody to hold the phone. I'm like, where are we going? Oh my God, it's going to take me 10 minutes to beat my face. Just give me like 10 more minutes or whatever. He had like had this whole dinner kind of like set up for me and him and like 2 other people that were with us. But it was dope because it's like somebody like was literally cooking for us and everything. Shout out to Chef X. And yeah, things were just like amazing that night. And it was just like, wow, like you really did all of this. I was just like, dang, he got to be the one. Because no one really goes out of their way to do that for people that they just are like whatever about. Or don't see like a future with, you know? So yeah, that's that.
I'm not really big on birthdays, and she is like extremely. But yeah, I was just like, I didn't know what to do. You know, it's my 25th. I'm supposed to, you know, ball out, you know, go crazy. But I was just chilling. So basically, almost that whole month basically was just like a surprise after surprise after surprise. And then like she took me to like DC. I didn't even know where we were going. She had everything lined up, restaurants and all that. And well, before that, she had like a surprise party at my own house, like at my own, like my mom's house. I thought that was it, and then she surprised me more with DC, and then boom, taking me to see my favorite team play basketball. And I'm like, yo, what in the world? Like, I've never felt that type of love for a birthday ever in my life, and I would express that to her. Like, yeah, you know, growing up, me and my brother shared the same birthday, 5 years apart. I never really had it mean something to solely like myself, and that was like the first time ever that I felt that type of love from all angles, from everybody. And it was just like, it was overwhelming. I didn't know how to take it, and then it's just like, wow, I couldn't stop thanking her for that.
Advice for the singles out there looking for love.
I think it's important to acknowledge that I'm telling you about singleness while I have someone. So I don't want to negate what that feels like. But they always say focus on yourself and enjoy your singleness. But what does that even mean or look like? I guess it looks like figuring out what about you love, what about yourself do you enjoy, what things do you like, what things do you aspire to be. I've had people tell me like, take yourself out on a date. Treat yourself. Like literally go, he does this a lot, literally go and just like have dinner with yourself, like no one else. Like just learn yourself and date yourself. That's the quote I told him when he was trying to like come down here to visit me. I was like, I'm dating myself right now, actually. I'm trying to learn Danielle. I know her favorite color, but I'm trying to figure out what makes her tick. That could be like some practical things that you could do. And this is a little heavy, but you have to be willing to explore the baggage that you brought to the relationship, because even if you haven't been in a relationship, like you still bring baggage, whatever that is. Like if you were only child, like maybe you're more selfish, maybe you're less inclined to mediate conflict because you've always been so focused on yourself. Maybe you have been in a bunch of relationships before and they have gone awry all the time. So you're very defensive. So everyone brings baggage. And I think you have to be willing to unpack that with your partner. Like, just be vulnerable with them. Because this guy knows everything.
Never, ever, ever settle. Know your worth. If you're not there yet, be okay with being single. Use that time to figure out who you are. Figure out, things you like. Be comfortable being alone. Be comfortable with that. And then that's a great addition to bring to somebody else because you're already comfortable with yourself.
You can't go into another relationship and you're like broken in a sense. It's not going to be fair for that person to build trust with you on top of like cleaning up what the last person did, So you just got to grow into yourself and love yourself first before you jump into anything else.
Do you love yourself? What about yourself do you love? Answer those things. Put God in the forefront of your life. Ask him to help you find out more about yourself. Ask him, fall in love with him, and then he'll help you fall in love with yourself. And then fall in love with him, fall in love with yourself. The perfect person to come for you.
Because if you don't love yourself, you won't be ready to receive somebody else's love. The places that are broken will stay pretty fractured if you aren't able to love who you are and love those cracks, love those curves, love them blemishes, love your mistakes because they made you who you are today, all of that. Love the person that you are. Man, how much more fulfilling would your relationship be if you realized that before you started dating the person? If you realized that before they stabbed you in whatever open wound that you still had. If you realize that, I have this area to work on, and that you and God can patch that up. So by the time you get to them, you got band-aids and stuff. You heal. You got stitches. A relationship is like a mirror. I've heard that marriage is like a mirror. But I think in long-term relationships, you start to reflect on yourself if you have no choice but to.
Y'all gonna, it's gonna be ups and downs. We only at 5 years. We're planning on doing this for, a lifetime, and there's going to be, other challenges that going to occur. And so, never forget that why factor or that one thing that keeps you and that other individual still together. That's because good, sometimes a lot of people can forget it.
Yes, honey.
So, so I would say, always remember the why y'all together, and, like she said, communication is key.
And whenever you're struggling, always think about, does the good outweigh the bad?
Mm-hmm.
And every day, the good trumps the bad times 15.
I feel as though, I have everything in one person. So that's what she is for me.
Mm-hmm. That's my person.
Neither me nor Myles are perfect. But we're perfect together. We make it work. We figure it out. It took us 5 years, but we here. We made it.
Yeah.
Look. Kissy, kissy. I love you.
I love you too.